Okay. Right. Good morning. I'm delivering this statement on behalf of Denmark, France, Greece, Slovenia, and the United Kingdom. We welcome the important progress that's been made in recent months to end the bloodshed in Gaza, secure the release of the hostages, and turn the page on 2 tragic years of conflict. We welcome the efforts of the US, Egypt, Qatar, and Turkey to achieve a ceasefire and set out a 20-point plan for Gaza's future. We call on all parties to fully implement Security Council Resolution 2803 in a manner consistent with international law, including international humanitarian law. This must include respecting the ceasefire, facilitating the rapid, massive, and unhindered delivery of humanitarian aid to all civilians in desperate need throughout the whole of Gaza, and through relevant organizations, including the United Nations, the International Committee of the Red Cross, and their NGO partners. As well as ensuring the remains of the final deceased hostage, Ran Gavili, are located and handed over swiftly. We also call upon Hamas to disarm and renounce violence in line with the 20-point plan. We reiterate our unwavering commitment to the two-state solution and stress the importance of unifying the Gaza Strip with the West Bank, including East Jerusalem, under the Palestinian Authority. In line with the New York Declaration, we underline the need for a time-bound process to achieve the conclusion and implementation of a just and comprehensive peace agreement between Israel and Palestine. While the international community is focused on building a peaceful and prosperous future for Gaza, we must not forget what is happening in the West Bank, including East Jerusalem. Today, the Council will meet to discuss Resolution 2334, which explicitly condemns settlement activities and calls on Israel to respect its obligations under international law. Yet the government of Israel continues to implement policies which contravene this resolution and contribute to rising instability in the West Bank. This risks undermining the implementation of the 20-point plan for Gaza and the prospects for a two-state solution, as well as long-term peace and security across the region. We strongly condemn the unprecedented rise in settler violence against Palestinian civilians of all faiths and denominations in the West Bank and East Jerusalem, with 2025 the most violent year on record. According to UN OCHA, there were over 260 attacks on Palestinians and their property in October alone. This is deeply alarming. These attacks terrorize civilians, obstruct peace efforts, and threaten the security of Israel itself. We call on the government of Israel to abide by its obligations under international law and protect the Palestinian population of the occupied territories. We reiterate our call for the preservation of and respect for the status quo of Jerusalem's holy sites. We take note of recent condemnations of settler violence by President Herzog and Prime Minister Netanyahu. This must be translated into concrete action that addresses the root causes of this violence, restores stability, and holds those responsible to account. We reiterate our firm opposition to any form of annexation and to the government of Israel's settlement policies that violate international law. The allocation of 2.7 billion shekels of funding for settlements, evictions of Palestinian families from Silwan in East Jerusalem, plans to initiate land registration in the Area C of the West Bank, approval of the E1 settlement, and thousands of new housing units all risk destabilization and undermine the viability of a two-state solution. UNRWA must also be able to continue its vital work, and we welcome the renewal of its mandate and UNRWA's commitment and ongoing efforts to implement the recommendations of the Colonna report. We are shocked by Israeli authorities entering UNRWA's compound in East Jerusalem on 8 December without prior authorization. UN premises are inviolable under international law. Such actions undermine respect for international norms and the ability of UN agencies to deliver essential services to Palestinians. We welcome the ICG advisory opinion of October 2025 and call on Israel to act fully in line with its obligations under international law. Finally, the economic situation in the West Bank remains precarious. The continued withholding of Palestinian tax revenues, threats to withdraw correspondent banking relationships, and limits on shekel transfers are wholly unjustifiable. These measures risk financial collapse in the West Bank and a fiscal crisis for the Palestinian Authority, weakening its ability to deliver services, reform, and assume responsibilities in Gaza as envisaged in Security Council Resolution 2803. The government of Israel must urgently release withheld revenues, remove or significantly increase shekel transfer limits, and confirm a longer-term extension for correspondent banking relationships to avert economic collapse and uphold prospects for peace and stability. We're deeply concerned by the movement restrictions, forced displacement, and the conduct of operations by Israeli security forces in the West Bank, aggravating the humanitarian situation, and call for their immediate end. In closing, we now stand at a historic crossroads with a chance to secure a better future and deliver long-term peace for Israelis, Palestinians, and the region. We remain fully committed to this vision and reaffirm our commitment to achieving a just and comprehensive resolution of the Israel-Palestinian conflict based on a two-state solution. Thank you.